No credit sequence today. I'll probably explain why in a bit, but the reason really is just kind of I didn't have time for it, so there's not really much of an explanation. Anyway, name raider, because I've been neglecting my Hadou names. I need to do a few of them. So let's go ahead and do the legendaries first. I've already gotten multiple suggestions for these. I was pretty much going to be going with the ones that were recommended anyway. I think mine might be slightly different, but I mean, they're just kind of what you'd expect. I've also seen like Chill Hadou and stuff like that, but this one's Frost Hadou. Zapdos is going to be named along a very similar pattern. It's not going to be anything shocking. Kill me now. But yeah, I don't know. Nothing better than watching me enter names. This is the quality content that you pay for. And I didn't specifically think of Porygon as being a bird, but it kind of is. Like, Porygon 2, at the very least, looks like one of those little, like, drinking bird toys, so we'll go with it anyway. This is a dash, right? Yeah. I don't know why this one gets a dash, but this one's, Digi Hadou. I've also seen, Cyber Hadou mentioned for that one, but I like this one. Now, Psyduck and Golduck are a little bit different, because, they are ducks. Ducks are birds. But a lot of people also say that Psyduck isn't a duck, but is actually a platypus. And Golduck doesn't really look like a duck other than having the bill. So I'm going to name them anyway, but I'm not going to give them Hadou names. The reason for this is because I completely overlooked the fact that I had caught a Psyduck and didn't name it Pastry. And we can't have that. Like, of course it has to be named Pastry. And Golduck does not need to be named Pastry, but I will name it something else that is relevant to Pastry's interests. What the hell even am I doing? If you don't know why I named these Pastry and Ointment, then you need to watch Defender of the Super Mark III. I've made references to it many, many times, but if you've not seen the original, you need to do so. So anyway, let's, I'll sort these later. Let me just shove them in box 11. So we've got Fat Hadou, Pastry, Ointment, Digi Hadou, Frost Hadou, and Shock Hadou, the team of champions. Alright. So now that that's out of the way, so how's your day? No, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. It's good. Go clean. And I don't really want to carry Fat Hadou with me constantly, so let's just go to Cinnabar and then I'll change the rest of the team up here. Anyway, I think last time, I never actually remember what I say I'm going to do, and I never check, but I think last time I said I was going to do Sabrina's gym, and I'm just not, so I've got that going for me. Anyway, let me go ahead and just kind of grab some random team members here. I'm trying to grab the ones that don't specifically have an advantage over fire. Yeah, you definitely don't. Because rather than doing the Psychic Gym, we're actually going to go ahead and do the Fire Gym today. It's a higher level, but I also have a lot of Pokemon strong against Fire types, so I think I can take them. The Psychic Gym probably won't destroy me, but if I can take advantage of doing things in a stupid order, I'll do it. So, whatever. But before we do that, we've got a bunch of swimmers to fight, so let's go do that. It's my favorite part of the day. Here, you can lead the pack. You are the leader of the bunch. You know yourself well. It's finally back to eat. That's it, just to eat. Surfing and finding. I don't know. But anyway, as for credits, like I said, there's not really much of a reason. I'll do my best to have them by Friday. But yesterday I worked like 10 hours. To be fair, it was only supposed to be 9 hours, which was still a bullshit long shift. It worked from 12 to 9. But the cook that was supposed to come in that day just didn't. So, starting at like 6 o'clock, I War Turtle, don't see those too often. Starting at like 6 o'clock, I basically had to take over, and I wasn't the only one cooking. I actually did get help from the managers, but so it wasn't too bad, but I was also just kind of tired as shit and wanted to go home. And like I said, I could have gone home at 9, but I also am a sucker for like not wanting to leave when I'm like the one doing stuff, if that makes any sense. Basically, I don't want to be like, well, time is up, have fun, and then just fucking leave. So I stuck around a little bit longer. But yeah, I was tired as shit. I wasn't going to work on anything last night, and I certainly am not going to do it today, because I don't have anything planned for it, so that's my own fault, but whatever. So it's worth pointing out that this trainer here, his 3 Pokemon turn into Mr. Mime, Articuno, and Doduo. Obviously the Articuno being the point of interest there. If you remember, though, there was a random swimmer Can you not do this, please? There was a random swimmer that I didn't fight on the other water route, I think 19. And that one also gives an Articuno. So I've been holding on to that one for that reason. Because, as I've said before, I do need to get duplicates of the legendaries so I can send those to Gen 2. I love when the music goes weird. And there should be a guy up here that has a Pikachu. As we learned from the other attempt, I will not be able to evolve this Pikachu, so I'm not gonna get it, but it is a thing that exists. Yep, that's definitely a Pikachu. I know my Pokémons, and I definitely know that that's what that is. So I'm trying to think if there's any noteworthy work stories to complain about, and unfortunately I don't think there really are. There were some pretty fun customers, but none of them were, like, super amazing. I know that yesterday, there was one that I did my best to ignore, and still kind of heard, but was not addressing specifically. Let me set this one up. So, it was already like 9 o'clock. As I said, I'm sorry, I have to do that every time. As I said, I was already supposed to go home, so I was just taking a break for like 2 minutes. And the phone was ringing up in the front, and I was so not in charge of answering that shit. Like, there was somebody else already up there to do that. But it was ringing for, like, way too long, and it wasn't getting picked up, so I'm like, fine, I'll fucking get up and do it. So, I get up to answer the phone, and as I'm going to the phone, I, realize why it's not being answered. It's because there's this fucking bitch screaming at the current cashier for some really stupid reason, I assumed. I heard something about, like, a drink, but I wasn't really paying attention, and I just kind of walked past that, and I'm like, nope, and I just answered the phone, and, like, I'm staying way the hell away from this. And by the time I got off the phone, she was gone, thank God. So, I'm like, okay, what the hell was that? And, Allie was there, and she's like, oh, she was bitching at me because I was drinking. Like, I had a soda, and I'm like, oh no. Someone call the police. Like, what? Apparently, she was, like, in the back. How do I word this? In the front of the store, like, you have, like, a line of sight kind of to the back where they, like, prepare the dough and wash the dishes and stuff, but not a very good one. Like, you can kind of see back there, and apparently she had, like, a bottle of cherry Pepsi, and she was drinking it, like, a couple feet away to where some dough was being prepared. And so the customer saw this and threw a fit because that's, like, a health risk. Like, you're not allowed to have a drink near the food. And she's like, I wasn't drinking over the food. Like, there was distance. It's like, don't be getting smart with me. I'm gonna like report you to the head manager. And like, she's getting all fucking sassy about it. And she's just like, please, just go away. Like, I don't think she wanted to deal with it at all. Apparently, this was not the first time this happened. This lady comes in and specifically has a problem with Allie for some reason. I don't know why. Like, every time there's something to bitch about, and she never complains about anybody else. I don't know this personally, but this is what I'm told. And from what I saw, it sounds about right. So, yeah, just generally good attitudes there. Like I said, that one was pretty fun. And then, I had an interesting run-in with a character that I had encountered before, the night before that. So, like I said, I had to deal with this guy once before, and I hated him that time, and I think I hated him even more this time. It's this old guy named Drake, and his name is not relevant, but I hate him, so I want people to know his name. He might be slightly, like, I don't know if... let me just, first of all, state I'm probably not being fair, because there's a good chance he has, like, dementia, or at least, like, Alzheimer's or something to make him an asshole. Like, I don't know that for sure, but he probably does. But, so, like, he comes in, he's, like, shambles into the fricking restaurant, and the first thing he does is he looks at the cooler with, like, all the drinks in it, and he's like, how much is a water? And the water is stupidly overpriced. It's $1.50 for a bottle. I don't agree with that price, but that's what it is. That's what Pizza Hut sets, and I can't change it. So I tell him it's $1.50. He makes a face at me, and I kind of made, like, a sympathetic face back, and I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm sorry. If you just want, like, a cup of tap water, I can get you that, but that's how much those are. And he's like, well, last time I was in here, they gave me a bottle of water for free. And I'm like, okay, no, they didn't, but I'll call your bluff. And I'm like, if they did, then you got lucky. Like, somebody wasn't supposed to do that, but they did anyway, so, I mean, I can't do that. And then he's not satisfied with this, so, like, he keeps on... Come on, fucking tentacle. Please don't use rap. Oh, God. You know, I'm surprised. My low speed with Snorlax is coming back to cause problems more often than I'd expect. But anyway, so yeah, he's bitching about this water and stuff, and I'm like, I already offered to give you, like, a free cup of it. Like, just take it or shut up. But he's still going on about it. He's like, you have a different kind of water in the back, right? And I'm like, yeah, like in the walk-in fridge we do, but that's employees only. He's like, well, there's this girl that gave me some last time I was here. Why can't you do that? I'm like, because we're not supposed to. And so I go back and I ask Allie, I'm like, can I give him water? I don't think I'm supposed to, but I'm just checking. He wants me to ask, and she's like, no. So I come back, and he saw me ask this, and so I go back up, I'm like, no, I can't. Sorry. Like, what do you want to order? And so he asks for the menu, because apparently that's required. Like, he's ordered before. I know this for a fact, but he wants to see the menu with the list of all the toppings. Fine. I give it to him. And he looks at it, and he starts going down the list, and he's like, I want the pepperoni, the salami, the Italian sausage, the seasoned pork, the seasoned beef, the ham, he's like naming every single meat on there. And then also like mushrooms and black olives and I think a couple other things. He has like 12 fucking things on this pizza, which is technically allowed. Like, we have a deal for like any toppings for $10, and if you put in too many things, the system doesn't let you do it, but you can do like a manager override and do it anyway. So I'm like, whatever, just fucking take it. I don't care. So I take all of his stuff, and then he gets to the end and he's like, I want double meat for all that, and I'm like, I can't do that. That's too much stuff. And then he gives me this fucking face, like he's like basically from this point on, and possibly actually honestly before this point too, he's trying to like catch me in a lie the entire time, and it's really pissing me off. He's like, no, I've ordered here plenty of times before, and just let me have double meat. And I'm like, fuck that. No, last time I took an order from you, I remember you doing this shit, and I didn't give you any damn double meat. I told you we couldn't. I asked another manager, and they said we couldn't, and you heard them say that, but I'm like, we can't do that. He's like, why? Is it going to be more than $10? I'm like, no, but you can't put that much stuff on a pizza. It's gonna be like way too much stuff. You won't be able to eat it. It's not gonna cook correctly because there's too much stuff there, and like it won't come out. Like, the cooks aren't gonna make that. He's like, well, can't you do it well done and make sure it gets cooked? I'm like, I guess, but like it won't even let me put in that many ingredients. Like, it doesn't let me list that many. If I put everything twice, that's like 20 things. Like, we're not going to make a pizza with 20 things on it, but I was sick of arguing with him, and I don't want to argue with the customer anyway, because, like, you're not supposed to do that, but I'm like, here, I'll just put on the notes, like, do extra meat. He's like, and you're sure they're going to do that? And I'm like, no, I'm not sure, but that's all I can do. Like, I'm trying to do what you want, and you're giving me unreasonable requests, so whatever. So I fucking put the thing in. And then I'm like, okay, so what's your phone number? Because, like, when you take an order, you're supposed to get their phone number and their name. The phone number is mainly there so that, like, if they've ordered before, then their info pops up. And, like, if they have a credit or something, then that shows. So that's why you ask for it. And he looks at me with this fucking stupid face. Like, again, like he's trying to catch me in a lie. And he's like, now, I've ordered here plenty of times before. His system should know who I am. I'm like, okay, but I don't know your number, though. Like, why would I? I just need your phone number. And I should also point out at this, right here, that throughout this entire exchange, like, every time I say something, he's always like, ha! And then, like, moves in closer because he didn't hear me. And then I have to repeat it, like, 3 times. So I'm getting really annoyed with him. So I'm like, so what's... He gives me his number. I put it in. And then it like populates his information, and I'm like, okay, so Drake, right? He's like, now how did you know that? I'm like, because your name's in the system. He's like, I told you. I'm like, I didn't question that. I just didn't know your phone number. So this is good, right? And it's gonna be well done? Yes. It's gonna have extra meat? Yes. And I'm like, it'll be about 15 minutes. And then he pays very slowly and, like, doesn't want to pay, but I don't know, whatever. Like, he gets that done, and he's like, now how long is that gonna be? I'm like, 15 minutes. He's like, okay, I'll be waiting. And he goes over and sits there and then, like, stares at me the entire time, and I just... At that point, I just wandered off because I didn't want to deal with him anymore. I fucking hate this guy. Like, he's not even that bad, he just annoys me. And I've had to deal with him several times. And, the next day, I was, recounting my story, and, yeah, people... He has a legacy. People know who he is, and they're like, oh god, you had to deal with him. So... But that's all I've got, really. I'm sure I could think of other stupid customers, but he's the one that stands out in my mind the most. So anyway, gym time. Now, as you'll notice, I brought all 3 of my water types. I know, like, for some other gyms, I intentionally went in with, like, a weak team. This one I'm going with one that has type advantage. And that's mainly because they have the level advantage, so I need the help I can get. But, yeah, with this gym, it's, as I'm sure you're aware, you can either answer the quiz question or you can fight the dude. I'm just gonna fight the dudes. There's actually a couple guys here that I need to Mew glitch off of, so let me make sure that yeah, this one's fine. This guy has Parasect, Mankey, and Vulpix. Now, Mankey is not in blue, and Vulpix is not in red, but both of them are in yellow, so... Yeah, you have to read this whole thing every single time. I couldn't actually remember the answer to that one, because Caterpie does evolve into Butterfree, just not directly. And I'm not sure what they're asking there, but whatever. For the record, I pressed B, which I guess was no. This is B. 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 This is B. 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 Remember when I said this guy had a Vulpix? That Vulpix there turned into the Mankey. This turns into the Vulpix. Also, I'm surprised... Okay, that was a critical. I was about to say, I'm surprised I'm doing as much damage as I am with Burn cutting my attack. I forget how that works in Gen 1. I know that there's some kind of, like, coding error with the stat changes that come from Burn and Paralyze. But I think that's more to do with Badge Boost. It's something like... It'll cut it correctly, but then as soon as you change your stats, or have them change, then Badge Boost reapplies and, like, negates it. Or something stupid like that. Or no, actually I think what happens is it takes effect again. So it's actually the opposite. It's like if you have a burn and then you change your stats, then like wait, why are there 2 guys here? This guy is completely avoidable. Okay. Yeah, it's like if you have a burn, your attack is cut in half, and then if your stats change, it gets cut in half again. Something stupid like that. I don't remember. I've probably even talked about it in another video, but I don't know the specifics. Roar. Stop. I mean, if you're gonna keep roaring, that's fine, but I would appreciate if you stopped surviving this. Yo, this tea is hot, hot, hot. Is this tea hot, 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 or cold? Yep, definitely 9. I mean, Gary had 10. You can't win. So, that guy had 3 Mankeys, which is weird because he had 2 Vulpix and a Ninetales, so actually I don't know if I trust the Mew glitch map on this one. This guy has Magneton, Hitmonchan, Magneton, Hitmonchan. So I'm guessing Ponyta, Rapidash, Ponyta, Rapidash, or something similar to that. Stop surviving. Charmander! There we go, now we're actually beating stuff. I guess Growlithe and Charmander have the same special? I don't know. My studies. I like this stupid crap that people say. This guy gives a Farfetch'd. If I was playing red or blue, I think I'd have to do a Mew glitch here because I would want the Farfetch'd with, like, I'd specifically want a non-nicknamed one, but since I already caught one and they're in the wild and yellow, then yeah, I don't need to do that. Poliwag evolves 3 times. Not really. Kind of in Gen 2. But, whatever. Burgular wants to fight. Burgular sent out an horse. And you dead? Okay. Do you ever get any better moves? I keep saying that, like, every time I use this thing. I don't think it does. Anyway. This guy I specifically do need to fight, or to do Mew Glitch off of, so... We're about to go on a little bit of an adventure. Let's, put away... Oh, actually, yeah, I need to... I'm trying to think. Do I want to... Yeah, this is going to be obnoxious, so I'm probably going to cut out half of this. But, knowing me, I probably won't actually remember to cut any of it out. I don't want to have to, like, sort through the box and see all my team and stuff again, so... Yeah, I need to go fly, run away from a trainer, lose to a different trainer, come back here, all that crap. It's an annoying process, and then I have to do it again. You'll see why. But... Let's head over here. Now, where did I leave trainers that I can lose to? There's still one on Route 8, I think, right? I hope so. Because I know I deactivated that one gambler, but the other guy should still be there. Okay. Are you going to trigger the glitch, or are you deactivated? You better not be deactivated. Okay, you're good. You still work. Let's go over here. Lose to this dude. Lose a bunch of money in the process because I forgot to spend it, but oh well. I can always get more if I need it. Why am I changing Pokemon? What am I doing? Do you have a move that isn't Screech? There we go. So how much money did I lose from that? Quite a bit. Let's actually spend that now while I'm thinking about it. Can always use more Ultra Balls. Worked out quite well. Alright, so... I have to lose to this guy because I have to do this a second time, so let's just go in with Fat to do. Well, that's the question. Thunder moves effective against ground element. Thunder isn't actually a type, but yes, they are. Oh no, I got in a fight. Oh no, he's gonna kick my ass because I'm using a really low-level Pokemon. Oh no. Okay, I'll stop. You want to attack me, maybe? There we go. And now we go back. And let's bust out old Firebird here. Oh. Actually, no, because then I'd have to change boxes and the game will auto-save. I'd rather not do that. What should I bring here? I might just chuck balls at it. I could bring pastry. You know what? Let's bring pastry. Why not? And, just in case, like, both of my Pokemon faint, even though they really, really shouldn't, I'll take you. So, what's this, Pokemon that I'm over-preparing for? Because it's gonna be super difficult. Wait, I'm not even in the right area. What the hell am I doing? I need to go back to Route 11. Yeah, I'm gonna completely cut the second run of this, because this is tedious as shit. Alright. Go over here. And we got a Meowth. As far as I can tell, that guy is the only trainer in the game that spawns a Meowth, so that's why I'm doing it twice, because I'll need a second one for Persian. Ugh. Okay, let's just go ahead and throw balls here. Yep. There we go. Wasn't Scratch Cat the name of, like, a very short-lived Nickelodeon show? Or no, that was Cat Scratch. I just remember there was a Scottish one, there was an angry black one, which sounds racist but isn't, and then there was one named Waffle. But anyway, let's do everything I just did again, and then we'll be back to the gym, and then I get to do this again after that. It'll be cool. Why? Is this gonna be a trainer battle? I'm an idiot. I lost to the one trainer, the Voltorb dude, and I forgot to go fight the guy in Cinnabar Gym again. So yeah. I could have just left this part out entirely because this was my own undoing, but it was stupid, so I left it in. So yeah, let's do that all again, off-screen, and stuff. This Voltorb is attacking me so infrequently, I'm actually managing to kill it. It doesn't... Okay, now there we go. It wouldn't have mattered even if I did, because I would have just lost to his next Pokemon anyway, but still worth noting. There we go. It still said spread the word to save energy, and I'm not sure why, but doesn't matter. I can just go ahead and catch this one. And because I'm curious, I want to make sure this didn't frickin' despawn the long-range trainer. If it did, I saved anyway, so it's not like I'd be able to do anything about it, but... Okay, good. I don't know, sometimes it just shows random trainer quotes like that instead of popping up the menu. I think it depends on, like, what the last thing is that you did. But it doesn't really matter, I guess. Okay, so putting you away, putting you away, putting you away. Doing all this shit just so I can do it again in a minute, because I have to frickin' do it off of another trainer, but oh well. I could probably just not be withdrawing my entire team right now, but doesn't matter. So, I've lost this guy twice now, and he keeps saying, I know the reason that Blaine became a trainer. I'm guessing that his reason is something to do with the heart of the volcano itself. I don't know. If you don't know what that means, it's weird Pokemopolis reference. I've talked about Pokemopolis before. I actually should check if that website is still up. I know that it was going to be shut down, and then I think he, like, extended it for another couple of years, but, it's a good site. Ow! That's it, just ow! Okay, so what's the reason? Oh. I see. It's an inspiring story for the generations. Alright, so this guy has a Diglett and then a Psyduck. The next guy has a Psyduck and then a Diglett. So, I'm gonna guess... Ponyta and Growlithe for both of them. Actually, what am I doing? Is this gonna be Tombstoney? Same lemon level are not identical. Yes, so I want to say no. This is my favorite. We get to stand around in rooms. And I can loot the place. Break into people's houses and wreck up the place! So I was wrong about the Growlithe. Am I correct about the Ponyta? No. Okay, so I was correct about the Growlithe, but whatever. There was some weird thing I read about Hyper Beam the other day. I'm trying to remember what it was now. Tombstoner. It's a good move. I thought it was Tombstoney. But yeah, it was something to do with, like... I think, like, if the opponent is asleep... And... No, what was it? It was something to do with, like, a status condition healing if you kill with Hyper Beam. It was... I don't remember. I'd have to... Like, if you remember that image that was floating around a lot, that was like the problems with Gen 1, and it has like the pictures of the green sprite, Charizard, and Blastoise at the top, and then it just kind of goes down and points out a bunch of stupid things. There's an updated version of it that has more stupid things. I'll have to find the image and put it in the description, because there was some really dumb stuff on there that I didn't know about. I knew about most of it, but there were some new ones that I learned. Alright, so here's Blaine. Everyone's favorite, crazy old Maurice. Blaine is everyone's favorite crazy old Maurice. We're gonna go with that one. Alright, so here's the deal. We'll slip and slide on this extra dip. No. In Red and Blue, his team spawns, through the Mew glitch, you get Electabuzz, Missing No, Krabby, Missing No. They changed it in Yellow, so now you get Ekans, Seadra, Jigglypuff. And I actually need Ekans. So we get to do more hot garbage here, and you've already seen the setup for this a billion times, so I'm gonna just cut.
Blaine's Dark Secret.
Alright, so he's got a Ninetales, level 48. I've got a Pidgeotto, level 9. Let's do this. This was a shocking turn of events. Alright. So we should get an Ekans out of that, unless the game decides to screw me over and not play by its own rules. So again, grab my pastry for backup. Pastry for backup. And stop. I guess I'm gonna spread the word to save energy. Like, that's what this game wants me to do. There we go. Okay, so that's one less thing I have to worry about later on, because I have already caught an Arbok, but I did not have an Ekans. And then does it die to Gust? No. That Leer activated badge boost, though, so I might kill it on the next one. Let's just frickin' Great Ball it. And there we go. Okay, that was fairly generic. Okay, we can now move on with our lives. No more Mew glitching. For a while, at least. And by that, I mean I think I have... No, actually, I was going to say I think I have to do it in Sabrina's gym, but that's not true. I already did that for the Omanite, and I would be doing it for Eevee, but that's only in Red and Blue. Her team changed, and you can't get an Eevee from her anymore, so... Instead, I get to get an Eevee somewhere else. Okay, let's pull out the entire team one more time. And we'll actually have a fight that might be hard, probably not. He does have like 12 to 16 levels on me, but I think I'll still manage. Am I healed up? Yes, okay. Then we can put away the stupid secret key. Okay. So, who am I leading with? I've actually not used you this entire time, so we'll lead with you. Like, if anything, Tannis resists fire, like, ×4, so I should at least be able to survive through that, but I don't see this being that hard. Even if I don't have Burn Heal. Or Burn Clust. I never remember, is Burn Clust the Pokemon that has knuckles that are so hot it's like it held them in an oven for 50 years, or is that a different one? And if you have no idea what I'm talking about, then don't worry about it. Did that Tail Whip activate Badge Boost? I'm assuming it did. I like Badge Boost, it's stupid. I might as well Earthquake again. Will I survive this Flamethrower? Ninetales does have pretty high special. Yeah, nope, okay. Oh well, you put in an effort. You tank a hit. Really? Really? What is Hyper Beam's accuracy? Like 85? Come on. I can accept one miss, but 2 in a row, that was just kind of shit. And let's just... I'm gonna die to you, so I'll get in confusion if it hits, and then someone else can actually fight. Nope. Somehow survive this? Nope. Oh well. Let's go for you. I haven't used you yet. Now, fire doesn't resist ice, but ice is weak to fire, so yeah, I am still neutral to fire moves. I couldn't remember the relationship between fire and ice in Gen 1. Or it can just growl at me, that works too. Growl and miss. Was that a Gen 1 miss, or does growl not have perfect accuracy? I like how the speed drop actually helped me there. And Arcanine's so cool, it gets to look away during this fight. Oh, that might be a problem. Okay, so I've explained this already before, but that right there should be proof that the type effectiveness messages do not go off of which type is listed second. Because Dugong is a water and ice. Fire loses to water but beats ice, and it's displaying the message for the first type. So it's just something to do with the way that the game's coded. It doesn't actually look at, like, Type 1 versus Type 2. That didn't do a speed drop, did it? So I'm probably gonna die. Or it could use Reflect. Okay. I mean, I'm not using physical moves on you, so that's fine. And Speed fell, and this won't KO, I don't think. Nope. What the hell is this? Come on, you had your good move, and then you just didn't use it again. That was stupid. So yeah, as usual, I thought a gym was going to be harder than it really was, though to be fair, I did say it probably wouldn't be that bad. Alright, and then I get Fire Blast TM, I think. Is that what this is? Yeah. Charmeleon or Ponyta would be good bets. Now, I think Aerodactyl can actually learn this. So can Marowak, apparently. Okay, then. I'm happy with your current moveset. You have no need to be Fire Blasting, though I could give it over Blizzard, just for diversity, since several other Pokemon already have Blizzard. You have shit for special, don't you? It's not the greatest. Is it at least better than you? Yeah. I'll end up cloning that TM and teaching it then. It's, again, it's running off of like, not the greatest attacking stat there, but it's something that isn't supersonic, at least. And I'm assuming my backup squad doesn't have anything that can learn it. Let me... What do I not have with me? Pinsir, Hitmonlee, Dodrio, and Jolteon. I kind of doubt any of them can learn it, so yeah. But that's about it for this one. Next time, I think we actually will do Sabrina, because I don't think there's anything else I could do. And, that was it.
つまり赤と青がこんな風にものすごい速さで入れ替わっていたんですね。
I know there are 150 Pokémon out there, but is there really one more adorable than Pikachu? I don't think so.